Hello everyone, welcome to my videos. Myself Ashwin Nayak. From today, let we start the ninth standard social science. In the geographical part, the chapter third, climate, soil, natural vegetation and animals of Karnataka. So in this chapter, we have to studying in my previous class the climate of Karnataka and the distributions of soil of Karnataka. So in these two concepts, so we have to study it in my previous class. And then still today, let me start the new concept, the natural vegetation and animals of Karnataka. Yeah, let me start the natural vegetation. So natural vegetation of Karnataka. The various kinds of plants and trees growing naturally are referred as to the natural vegetation. So Karnataka has a rich diversity of plants species. The plant species play an important role in the preserving a economic balance. The tree provide the timber, firewood, the raw material for industries, medical herbs, the honey, bamboo, the can, etc. The forest being the habit of the wild animals. We can see the tiger, the lion, the cheetahs, the wild buffalo, the elephant, the deer and peacocks in the forests of this Karnataka. These forests are also the places of entertainment and tourism. They helps to control environmental pollution. The sandalwood is a the sandalwood is the special tree grown in the forest of this Karnataka. For few, the objects with the intricate, the carving soaps and medicines are manufactured from the sandalwood. They are popularly the all over the world and hence are not only supplied to the other part of the country but also exported to foreign countries. So this is the reason of Karnataka is known as to the land of sandalwood. So these are all reasons to including to the Karnataka is the known as to the land of sandalwood. Okay, and the next, the types of vegetation. So in this vegetation, the Karnataka has to be classified to basis to the rainfall and then relief features of these types of the soil. So there are the considered to be mainly in the four types of vegetation. And the first one, the evergreen forest, and the next one, so deciduous forest ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಉದುರುವ ಫಾರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಎಲೆಗಳು ಸೀಸನಲ್ಲಿ ಉದುರ್ತವೆ ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಡೆಸಿಡರಿಸ್ ಫಾರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೆನ್ ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ಡ್ ಫಾರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದ ಫೋರ್ತ್ ಒನ್ ದ ಗ್ರಾಸ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಶ್ರೂಪ್ಸ್ ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಗ್ರಾಸ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ನೌ ದಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೆನ್ ಶ್ರೂಪ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಪೊದೆಗಳು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. Okay, let me start the one by one the types of the vegetation to Karnataka has to classified basis of this the rainfall. Okay, and then take first one the evergreen forest. Okay, this forest areas to receiving to more than to the 250 centimeter the rainfall annually. So how is this the kinds of this forest? So in this annually in this evergreen forest it is to be receiving the more than 250 250 centimeter rainfall, the annually have these kinds of this forest. So on account the heavy rain and then heavy temperature, the trees grown the tall and dense. So okay, this forest being dense or impenetrable, the sunlight does not reach the ground at all. So in this evergreen forest, it is too very damp and very too thin. So in this forest, the sunlight does not reach the ground at all. So different types of these tall trees like okay, in this evergreen forest we have to see there are the different types of these trees. So like that the rosewood, mahogany, kino, teak, dupa and hebbles. So ground this forest. So these are all including the different types of the tall trees. So at the base of these trees are thick shrubs. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ shrubs ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಪೊದೆಗಳನ್ನು ಏನಾಗಿದೆ ಬೇಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಇವು ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗಿ ಹೊಂದಿದವೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. So and then next there are the different of spices. So the different types of these spices. So which are the different types of spices including to that in the green forest? So evergreen forest. Okay, look at the different type of spices and then cardamom ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ದಾಲ್ಚಿನಿ, cardamom, so ಏಲಕ್ಕಿ, cloves, lavanga and the medicine herbs grow in the abundance. So these are all the spices including we have to see in the cinnamon, cardamom and then cloves are to the available on this the evergreen forest. And then the kinds of forest can be seen in in this evergreen forest we have to see in the Uttar Kannada, Dakshin Kannada, Shivamogga, Hasan, Chikmagaluru and then Chamarajanagar and then Kodagu districts. So in this side we have to see there in this the evergreen forest. And the next one, deciduous forest. So in this deciduous forest means so ಎಲೆ ಉದುರುವ ಕಾಡುಗಳು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತವನ್ನು ನಾವು deciduous forest ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. So after that winter season, so due to the lack of moisture in the soil, the trees shed their leaves. It means the leaves reappear during the springs. So these are called that is the deciduous forest. So in this forest can be seen that receiving the rainfall is the annual rainfall 60 to 120 centimeter rainfall in this deciduous forest to the annually. Okay, where do we see in this the deciduous forest? Okay, look at that map. At the Chikmagaluru, Mysuru, Chamarajanagar, the eastern part of the Hasan, Tumkur, Chikkaballapura, the southern part of Kolar, Mandya, Ramnagar, and then the Bangalore rural districts. So in this side, we have to see the deciduous, the forest. And then in this deciduous forest, so which are the growing up the trees? Okay, look at that. The teak, kino, mahogany, neem, mango, jog, flame, cocoa, banyan, the sandal and then bamboo grow in the plenty of this in these areas. Okay. So these are all informations to the deciduous forest. And then third one, the mixed forest. Mixed forest. The growing of evergreen and deciduous trees together form to that is the mixed forest. Okay, mixed forest means the growing of evergreen at that first one type, that is the evergreen, and the second one deciduous forest trees together from the mixed forest. Evergreen forest and then deciduous forest ಎರಡೂ ಕೂಡ ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿರುವುದನ್ನು ನಾವೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ at that areas it is to call as that is the mixed forest. In these areas to receiving the 120 to 150 centimeter the annual rainfall to have the kinds of this forest. So in this forest we have to see there in the Udupi, some part of Uttar Kannada, the eastern part of this Kodagu, and then Chikmagaluru, Hassan, and Mysuru district to see in this mixed forest to available on this Karnataka. And then the which are the trees we have to growing to the in this mixed forest areas. Okay, at that in this Karnataka, in the mixed forest, we have to see the Uttar Kannada, Dakshin Kannada, the eastern part of Kodagu, Chikmagaluru, Hassan, Mysore districts. In these places, we have to see that is the tea trees, kino, mahogany, axle sandal, the jack, and then bamboo, so grow in the abundance to that in these areas. These trees have to the commercial value for this Karnataka. Okay, you have to know that a big banyan tree at the Ramohalli, it is near to the Bangalore. So in this Bangalore side, we have to see the banyan tree. It is to very huge of this Karnataka. Okay, and the next fourth one, the grassland and shrubs. The areas to be receiving to the 60 centimeter the annual rain having to kind of this vegetation. It is to the very low level rainfall of we have to see in this area. So in this due to the scanty and the dry weather, there is the short grass, thorny shrubs and the shrub vegetation we have to see there in these areas. For example, the cactus. Okay, in these areas we have to see there the cactus, acacia. Cactus means papaskali, acacia, babul, Bila, palm trees, and hunchi, kunti grasses, so etc. We have to see there in these areas. The occasionally to growing up this banyan tree, the neem, the people trees, and this palm trees grow here and then there to this in this side. So this type of this vegetation we have to see in there. These types of vegetation we have to see in this the Bidar, Kalburgi, Yadgiri, Raichuru, Koppala, Vijayapura, and then Ballari, Chitradurga, and other areas we have to see there to growing upon this the grassland and then the shrubs. Okay, so mainly, so in this grass area, the dells and estuaries, the beaches in the coastal areas has to the peculiar types of this vegetation that has area, the roots and can to grow in the salty waters. So these are called the mangrove forest. So in this vegetation, the aerial roots and we can grow in the salty waters. This is called to the mangrove forest. The distributions of such vegetations is limited to that is the Karnataka. So as areas which are more than the 1400, so 1400 meters above to the sea level have to be cool climate. For example, the Kudremuka, Baba Budangiri, Biligiri Rangana Betta, and then Brahmagiri in the Kodagu, they have to grassy slopes, the deep valley with the streams, the hills have to we have to see there distinct with the shoal forest. So this is the shoal forest. So and the next we have to see the distributions of this forest. So, which are the areas to be distributed to the Karnataka in the natural, the vegetation? So, in this, as a recorded of these forest areas in Karnataka state, the 43.4 lakhs square kilometer, this forms 22.6 percentage of this total geographical area. It is to be the distributed of this forest, especially in the Karnataka occupies the seventh place in the forest, the resource in the country. So in this country, so overall there are the 22.6 for this total geographical areas. In the Karnataka state, we have to see there the 43.4 lakhs square kilometer to recorded in the forest land. So the Karnataka is the seventh place of forest resource into the country. So Uttar Kannada districts as the maximum forest. Look at that. In this Uttar Kannada districts, it is to be the maximum forest areas. And then next it is to Shimoga and then Chikmagaluru and Chamarajanagar districts and Vijayapura districts as the least forest area. So this is the distributions of natural vegetation in Karnataka. And then next we have to see there the next concept, the animal resource of Karnataka. The animal resource. Animal resource. So Karnataka has the varieties of animal. Look at this. The varieties of animal resources is there. The main resource for this is the abundant forest land. The Sahyadri ranks among the hotspot of the world for their biodiversity. So in these animal resources, to the abundance of this forest land, the Sahyadri rank among the hotspot of the world there, the biodiversity. The recently they have been declared to the World Heritage Area. So nearly the 25 percentage of this animal population and the 10 percentage of tiger population in the entire country are found in the Karnataka. In additions of this, there are the other types of this wild animal is there. So which are the other types of this wild animal? Okay, look at that picture. The leopard, chirate, bear, handi, bison, kademme, stag, saranga, deer, jinke, and then bear, karadi, and then porcupine. So porcupine means ಮುಳ್ಳಂದಿ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. So ಈ ಎಲ್ಲ varieties of animals, so the types of these wild animals we have to see in this Karnataka. And the variety of snakes and colorful birds can also be seen in the forest of forest. And to the next, the central part of this, the western Ghat in Karnataka is called the Malnad and has retained the natural biodiverse, the heritage. So in this heritage, such as to these areas as a rich variety of animal resources is there. The important forest areas of Karnataka having to the wildlife or coastal region comprising of this, the Uttar Kannada and then Belagavi, and in Sayadris of Malnad range, and then Baba Budangiri range, are the Bihar Hills, Malamadeshwara Hills, Gopal Swami Hills, so etc. in the southern Maidan. And then Rane Bennuru is the main animal sanctuary. So the Malabennuru is the main the animal sanctuary in the northern Maidan. So now that Karnataka, there are the five national parks and then the four bird sanctuaries and then the 17 the wildlife sanctuaries. So sanctuaries means the abhayaranya ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. So overally in this Karnataka we have to see the five national park and then four the sanctuaries and then about the 17 the wild sanctuaries is there in their Karnataka. So we have to know that there are the five tiger projects of this Karnataka. I did first one the Bandipura, Bhadra, Nagarahole, Dandeli, Hansi, and then Biligiri Rangana Betta. So these are the five tiger projects in the Karnataka. So in this Karnataka, the popularly very popular of this bird sanctuary of Karnataka is in the Rangantittu. The Rangantittu sanctuary is that one of the popular the bird sanctuaries to the Karnataka. Okay, this is the animal resource of this chapter. So orally, this chapter is closed.